Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the LA Lakers have a game tonight after a fantastic, memorable win against the Milwaukee Bucks in double overtime, where we went to work on them in the second half and did everything we needed to do to make me proud as a team. Um, I really want to move on from that, though, because you can't get too high and can't get too low in situations. We still have a lot of work to do. We're still in the ninth seed, and we have an opportunity to try to gain some ground, if at all possible, on teams like the Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors, and Sacramento Kings have now fallen into the play-in tournament after getting stomped out by the Mavericks, the red hot Mavericks. And we're on the road against Eastern Conference teams, and we're on a 4-game winning streak against Eastern Conference teams. But tonight, we face a Western Conference team on this Eastern Conference road trip, and that team is the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have a lot of injured players, man. When I say a lot, even more than us. But the good thing is for them, they're getting two guys back potentially before the end of the season that could help propel them going forward as a basketball squad. Now, of course, they don't want to win right now, but at least they could start seeing the beginning stages of their team start to form once again. Vance Williams is a game-time decision after missing a couple games in a row. He's the young player that they found earlier in the season, who's been a real gem for them at a very low price. He's a fantastic young shooting guard and has had some fantasy relevance. I actually owned him on a couple of my teams this year before going down. Excuse me. He could be coming back tonight as a game-time decision. And Brandon Clark, who hasn't played in over a year, they're considering bringing him back for the tail end of these garbage games for them, garbage time games. Try to work him into shape and get him into the off season really fresh. I don't know if he'll play tonight, but it's possible. So that is quite amazing for him and his career. But they're missing a lot of people, of course. John Morant, the biggest name. Derrick Rose is out. Luke Kennard is out for personal reasons. It's a few guys, man. But they got Jake LaRavia back, who was out last year, and a good majority of this year. He's back on their bench. Santi Saldama's out there. I don't think he's been hurt, but they have a few of their guys. Jaren Jackson Jr. is definitely out there. Gigi Jackson is definitely out there. So we got to deal with the two Jacksons going forward. Believe it or not, they also had some players on this team that I didn't even know were there. Wenyen Gabriel is listed as a player that they have. And they got a few names of guys that I just have never heard of in my life, but we're going to know who they are tonight. I don't even remember what their names are because of it, but they're there. So this is like a G League team, man. They got our guy Scottie Pippen Jr. there. This team just is basically a G League squad with Jaren Jackson on it. That's kind of what you're dealing with there. And Desmond Bane is now back from injury as well. Still working his way back into shape. Not quite himself just yet, but he could show up big against us because that's kind of what he does. So this is a sneaky basketball team. They're at home. They've been losing a lot of games. They did beat the San Antonio Spurs by 2 a couple of nights ago, but other than that, they've been losing everything. Coming off a loss against the Golden State Warriors, where Golden State took care of them rather easily. But they've been trying to get individual production from players, man. Gigi Jackson had a game where he went for 35 there against the Warriors. They're getting a lot out of him, so that's good. That's their young rookie they picked up. He's only 20 or 19 years old, and he's been rather exciting since being put into the lineup. So yeah, man, you gotta respect this team. Scottie Pippen Jr. is a player we don't know as well as we'd like to, because he didn't get a whole lot of minutes with our big team, but our G League affiliate fans know what Scottie can do. He's a fiery young player on both sides of the floor, and I'd expect he's going to want to have a huge game tonight against a squad that did not keep him. So he's their starting point guard right now, and along with the two Jacksons, I expect for a competitive basketball game, especially with Bane now back and maybe Vance Williams back, or Vince Williams, I think. Whatever his name may be, I know what he can do, and we're going to have a fight on our hands tonight, especially since this is off a back-to-back Well, we played double overtime, of course, last night. So I'm telling you guys right now that I don't think this is going to be an easy basketball game. We may win, but I just feel like they have a lot of motivators there, motivating factors to go up against us and try to upset us. They know we're coming off an emotional win. They know we're probably fatigued. Uh, some of our guys look exhausted last night. I would not be surprised if we set a few guys, but I don't think sitting Anthony Davis is the best move for us going up against Jaren Jackson. Even though this is a tanking team, we probably would prefer to lose most games. Not against the Lakers. Not given the history. We knocked them out of the playoffs. They did win the first game, the last game we've played against them. I don't know if we played them 3 times or 4 times. I don't remember, but they beat us last time we played them. Desmond Bane had like 14 assists or something like that. Jaren Jackson went for over 30 points. So I know the emotional motivation that they come with against the Lakers, and given the fact this game is in Memphis, I just think they're going to try to play us like this is their super game, like this is the NBA Finals for them. So, tanking or not, you better believe Memphis is going to be awake for the Lakers. So that's what I really wanted to start this video off by saying. We need to do all the homework on this team that we would do on anybody else. We need to not think this is a shoe-in basketball game that we're just expected to win. Every game has been different. We're on a 4-game winning streak, but we've won in some very, very, very contrasting ways. And this could be a game where you come in and say, "Phew, finally got a night off," and then you realize you're going against the best offensive shooter that you've probably seen in a couple days. Well, no, Desmond Bane is fantastic, but he's not better than Dame. But the point is, you're going to run into a real set of all-star players in Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson. That's what it really comes down to. So if you let your guard down, they're going to upset you tonight. And this is a trap game if I've ever seen one. And that's really what it is. It's a trap game. Because even though the team is tanking, they have all the reason to want to beat you. That's really what it comes down to. And so we still have to see them again after this. The second to last game of the season will be in this building once again, FedEx Center. And I just know that we better be ready. And I don't know that we are because of how long that game was yesterday and how it's a back-to-back. So LeBron wasn't out there for yesterday. I do believe he's a game-time decision tonight. And we're going to need him to step in and step up. We got to have a big game out of Bron because everybody else is probably exhausted. That's what it really comes down to. So I want to win this game a lot, just like I wanted to win last night. I'm very proud of the team for how we showed up last night, but every game is different. And we got wins to try to accredit to our name. So the Memphis Grizzlies are a big threat to me. They may not be to anybody else in this league, but to this particular fan, I am on complete guard against the Memphis Grizzlies. And hope to blow them out so we can have garbage time just the same. Hopefully this game goes very easily and we can be up by 40 and sit our starters and bench guys and come in with the garbage guys and let them do work in the fourth quarter. That's what would be ideal to me. And so, yeah, man, I mean, I encourage everybody to go check out my reaction to the Bucks game last night. We would love to have at least a day to relax, a day to kind of celebrate how fun that win was for us and how much we appreciated how our team showed up. But we don't get that. We don't get that. This game is at 5 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern in Memphis. And I don't know how much of the first quarter I'm going to be able to see because I got some things going on that's going to keep me away from the game possibly in the beginning, but I should be able to do all the stuff at halftime and at the end of the game as usual. But how much I will know at halftime will be determined by how quickly I can get everything done on my end. So I'll let you guys know about that early. That's just what it is when the team schedules the game so early and you got life to live. Life is going to take over some of that, but that's what it is for me tonight. I'll try to get back as soon as I can to catch the rest of the first half of this game. But all in all, I'm gonna keep my ear to it either way, and excited. I am excited after the last couple of games we've played. The Lakers have been winning these games in some spectacular fashion, man. The double overtime game, the 150-point scoring win against the Pacers, Pacers, who we will be seeing in the next game, or I believe that might be our next matchup after this one. The Hawks game where we dropped 131 points against them, and of course the Philly game where we went for 101 points and really had an ugly win, but found a way to grit it out. So, as I've said, every game is different. As I drop my phone, and we know that the Memphis Grizzlies are going to throw a different look at us. Jaren Jackson Jr., one of the best shot blockers out there, best defenders out there. Desmond Bane shooting the ball, as I said, can get assists, can do other things as well. And if Vince Williams plays, you can bet that he's going to put some all-star numbers up too. G.G. Jackson, a young player, big body, looking to score, can really shoot from everywhere. We're going to need everybody tonight. We're going to need Rui. We're going to need Austin, D'Lo, Bron, AD. Everybody who's available is going to have to play well to match the intensity I expect coming from this Memphis Grizzlies team, who doesn't have anything to lose and a whole lot to gain from bragging rights and beating the Lakers. So that's what it is, man. Your Lakers are going to be wearing yellow tonight on the road, and the Memphis Grizzlies are going to be wearing their black uniforms, Black City uniforms, with some strange hieroglyphics that spell out MEM, M-E-M, on their chest. Definitely cool kind of emblem there, but that's what it is. And yeah, man, I don't know what else to say about this game. The Memphis Grizzlies have been losing just about every game they've played. That's really what it is. They've been running into some interesting situations there and just getting blown out. I think they lost to OKC. They've lost to some everybody, man. And I think it's interesting to note that this has nothing to do with our game, but the hottest team in the Eastern Conference as of this morning is the Washington Wizards. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Nobody's on a greater streak than that in the East right now, believe it or not. So we will be seeing them in a couple of days, and that's just something to note as we continue to go about our road trip. So yeah, man, that's really what it is. That's exactly what I want to tell you guys. Sacramento Kings, as I said, have got blown out by the Memphis Grizzlies, so they're officially in the play-in tournament right now. I don't know if they'll stay there, but Dallas isn't losing very much at all, which means there's a chance we could see them in one of these 2 play-in tournament games, assuming if we stay in the 9th spot, we win the game we're in. We need to keep climbing. That's what I'm telling all of you guys. If we got to play Sacramento, it needs to not be in Sacramento. So I know a lot of people think we're stuck in the 9th spot, but as long as we continue to win, I think we have a great chance of getting into the 8th or 7th spot. I'm not of the mindset that we can't cover 2 games with 11 games to go. Not if we're winning. I don't believe we can. Especially with the Phoenix Suns having such a horrible schedule, with them playing the Denver Nuggets tonight. So this is big, man. This is big. We got to keep winning. We can't have any letdowns. What's the point of going so hard against the Milwaukee Bucks and beating them in double overtime if you're just going to turn around and give back that same win to the Grizzlies? You know what I'm saying? And that's how we have to approach it. If you're going to play hard in 1 or 2 of these games, you got to play hard in all 6 of them, because each and every one of these wins matters for what it is you're trying to do. So fight hard tonight like you're fighting against the Bucks, and you'll get the victory against the Grizz. That's it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say, man. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I understand we got a long way to go. Even though it's only a short time left, we still have a lot of tough games, some back-to-backs, including tonight. And resting Bron probably turned out to be the best move, since we did win the game, and we were able to showcase guys and get them some extra looks. Guys like Austin Reeves got more clutch moments, and D'Lo and those guys, they held down the fort and did a fantastic job in Bron's absence. I couldn't be more proud of how they performed in that particular matchup, but there's more work to do, man. And so let's not drop anything. Let's beat a Memphis Grizzlies team that would love to have another loss added to their name, so that they can get hopefully the first overall pick for their sake. And just appreciate Ja not being out there, as we always do when he's not. You know, we don't want to see him. We don't want to see any of these guys, really. Memphis has a lot of fire for the Lakers, but we have the same for them. So let's come in and assume we're going to be in a dogfight. Just assume it early. I would more so expect a dogfight than a blowout tonight, just to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say, man. Not much else than that. Let's go out there and fight. BDL 44. Thank y'all for watching.